So first of all, I'd like to start with a question that I got from Ori before we started this session. So let me just show him what's going on. In Zoho CRM, in the report section, if you will go to the reports, there is a way to add reports to the dashboard. I don't know if some of you knows it, but if you have the dashboard section, sometimes it's called analytics, and sometimes it will be called dashboards. No idea why, but it is what it is. So when you go to the analytics, you're able to have those kind of widgets or charts inside of your dashboards. So there is a way to create a report, and once you create a report, you can create a chart out of it and then include it inside of the dashboard. Ori, can you just tell me if that's what you meant that you're trying to do and it's not working for you? Just so I see that I'm not going to spend 5 minutes on something that does not exist. And I also open your mic just so you can talk to me if you want. Yeah, okay, very good. So let me create a report, and let's assume that I'm just creating a small report that is just listing all my leads that are not dead. Okay, just someone. So I'm going to select the tabular report. I'm going to have some fields, and in the filtration, I will just have lead status is not, let's say, lost lead. So that will show me all the, let's call it garbage. Perfect. And put it somewhere in the lead reports. Fantastic. So this is the view. Now, if I will try to go here and add it as a chart, it would not let me. And the reason is because this report is a tabular report. If I like to create a chart out of it, I will need to select it as a summary report, click on save, and then you can see where is my chart. 1 second. Let me go to edit. Grouping. Let's do a grouping by, let's say, the company. I think the grouping is making, yeah. So once you go to the edit, you creating, first of all, a summary report. And once you create a summary report, you need to go to grouping. Then you select what grouping you like to do. Basically, it's how you sort this specific view. And you click on save. Then you can create a chart. And once you create a chart, this chart can be added to a dashboard. Magic. Woohoo! Okay, and it says garbage. Perfect. Is that answering the question, Ori?
Yeah, I think this was the problem, the grouping. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, very good, my friend.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Have a good one.
On deals, for example, I want to remind the client before the weekend. So Thursday or Friday is a good moment to say to the client, hey, we are working on this, we will need more time and whatever. And I have this field, last update, when was the last human contact with the client.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on this, 5 days later, I will get a click notification and it will remind the client to do something. But I would love to have it on Thursday or Friday, because this is before the weekend. I don't know if I can do a function, or if there's a way to get it on Thursday. A bit specific, but yeah.
So you're trying to have a notification every Friday related to the last update? I'm not sure I understand.
Exactly.
Sorry.
We are working on a mortgage, so information can be the bank didn't decide yet, but keep cool. We are working on it. We didn't not forget you. If not, the client on Sunday, he will think, oh, this guy, he did not tell me the last 3 days, this last week, he didn't tell me nothing, so he forget me. And it's always a good move to call him before the weekend, because then in the weekend he gets nervous.
Okay, so there are two things that can be done. So if you have the last update, and just to tell people here what is the last update, there is a way to add a text field, a date field to the deal system, for example. And let's grab that, call it last update. And I had also a video about it on YouTube 6 months ago or so. So if there is, for example, this field of the last update, it's a field that we're updating it using workflows based on incoming email, incoming meeting, task that was completed, call that was made, basically just to know when was the real last time that we talked to this person. Now, usually if this time is passing by, and let's say 2 weeks after, we like to have some kind of a notification that because we just abandoned this deal and we need to go back on track. So this is really this last update. Now, Daniel, you can work based on the last update, and in the workflow, you can create a rule that is based on time. So if I will go here, we'll go to the deals, last update. You will be able to go to the daytime, and you can say that you want to send it, let's say, 5 days after the last update. And then there will be an automation, for example, to send you a click notification or an email once this time is over, 5 days after the last update. If you want to create it on a specific day, if you know the rules, you can do it. If not, you can't. You will need to create a schedule. So you go to the automation, you create a schedule, and that will be, let's say, a reminder
Friday.
Every Friday. Okay, it will be executed based on a function. I'm not going to create now a function. I'm just going to do something like that so I can proceed. And then you can run this function every Friday, let's say at 10:30 a.m., and that will be done every week.
Cool.
And then there will be a function that's running once a week. It will collect all the last updates for this week, and then it will just execute everything on a specific day. Okay, but that's something I think that more advanced, more for developers, not for everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. And can we contact you that you developed this?
You can talk to me. I will refer you to developers that can do it. Yes, I'm no longer coding. I'm working with people doing the architecture, and if you have a developer, I can work with him. And if you don't have a developer, I can give you a developer to do the work.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Fantastic. Have a good one. I have Zoho One trial, and I'm trying to import contacts from my closed CRM to Zoho CRM. Zoho is asking me to map the lead. Yep, I know what you're saying. Okay, so let me show you the trick. And if you want to join me with your mic, it would be great. Okay, and also we'll go to YouTube.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. We'll give you the solution right now, and I will also tell you exactly why you cannot see it. Okay. And that was, I think, import. Yeah. So this video is the one that you need to check later. Okay, restore a Zoho CRM backup. So that's the one that will help you. And let me just explain what is the problem and what is the logic in the import, and that will open your mind to how to do it. When you have different modules, let's say that this is the leads, contacts, and it doesn't matter where you're going to import the information from which CRM, all of them the same. Everybody wants to think that their system is different, but not really. Okay, so this is the idea. You have bunch of leads, bunch of contacts, bunch of accounts, bunch of deals. If you import them one by one, they will lose the connection between each other. For example, let's say that I have here someone named Jeff, and that will be the contact. And Jeff has deal 1 and deal 2. Until here, we're okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's do that. So it will be making more sense. Okay. Now, if I'm going to import the contact and then I'm going to import the deal, they will lose the connection. And then you will have deals with no contacts and contacts with no deals. The idea is what you wrote in the question, what is the lead ID or the contact ID, is that you need to have, if you have, for example, let's go to work drive, and I will create 2 Excels. Good, better. Okay, so let's call it, that will be contact ID. Here we have first name and last name. So this guy will be your contacts. The other sheet will be your deals. And the deal will have the deal ID, deal name, and I'm also having here contact ID, and I will explain. So when you have the contacts, let's say you have multiple contacts and each one of them has a different ID, and those IDs are unique, which means every contact will have one specific unique ID. It doesn't matter what ID. It can be even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter as long as each one is unique. Here you will have some names, different people. Make sense?
Yep.
Fantastic. Now, when you have the deals, you will have the deal ID. Same thing like you will have with the contacts. Each deal will have a unique ID for the deals. Can be also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no problem. You will have different deals, but what's important, the contact ID will be the contact ID from the other sheet.
Okay.
So for example, if this guy owned this deal, then it will be 1. Maybe all those 3 deals connected to this one guy. Now, when you're going to upload it to Zoho, you're going to the import section, and you go to other CRM in your case. Whatever. You are going to import here the different fields, and then Zoho will map the IDs from the deal to the deals to the contacts IDs, and it will know how to connect those two. This is why what they're asking about the contact ID or the lead ID or the deal ID doesn't matter, but you must bring those unique IDs to the system.
Okay.
Is that making sense? It's a little bit difficult.
I think so. I guess I need to figure out what that unique ID is then.
Just drop something. You can
So in
make
other words,
up something.
create a new field then.
Yes, you need to create a new field in the Excel. Once you export from Close or whatever CRM that you have, you need to have those IDs, and you add this field by yourself, and then you connect it. Some systems will come with the system ID already in, so you don't need to do that. But you will need, for example, to the deals, you need to connect this new ID. Sometimes you can use I'm not really great with Excel. Some people know how to work with Excel, and they know how to do it in a second. I just don't know how to do it. But you do need to have, for every deal, a contact ID. If you have tasks, every task will have a task ID, but also the contact ID. So you know how to connect the task to people.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Because I've started off, I'm trying to upload leads,
Okay?
and it's asking for lead ID.
Just
And-
drop a lead ID. Just put something there. Are you trying to upload from here, or you go to the leads and then you just click on import?
No, I was going through other CRM and dragging the CSV file in.
Okay? Do you need, if you want to go from there and you just have leads, then you can just do what I just did here. Have your CSV, have another column on the left side. So let's say that this is your leads. So you have a first name, you have the last name, you have your email, whatever. All this is data, right? You will right click, insert one
Right.
field, you call it lead ID. Do exactly what I do here, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and you just drag it like that.
Okay.
That's it. Now you have the lead ID. If you just have leads, you don't have deals, and it's not complicated, go to the lead itself, to the leads module, click on the small button, click on import leads, bring the CSV. You will not need lead ID, and you're good.
Oh, then I won't need lead ID then.
Here you
Okay.
won't need, but it will not create connections. If it's just a standalone leads list, you can do it from here.
Okay. Because I was thinking about just when I say I was moving my contacts from closed CRM, I was thinking about just loading those all in as leads and then converting them to contacts in Zoho. Does that make sense?
No. Do you have in close? Do you have leads and contacts or just leads?
Yeah, I guess I have both.
So I have the leads in leads and contacts in contacts. But still, they are disconnected because leads are completely different than contacts. So you can have a list of leads, list of contacts.
Okay. Yeah, I need to figure this out. It's very confusing for me.
It's very confusing for everyone, my friend. Check the video that I showed you. That will help you a bit. It's a 15 minutes video that is showing the process. And
Okay.
hopefully it will help you more, okay?
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So my question has to do with what Jeff was just talking about. When you said there's you make your own lead ID. When I run a report, say on leads or contacts or something, there's a kind of a unique ID per each lead or each contact. Would you use that, or would I use that? Or you can just make a column in Excel and create your own number and do that?
So are you importing information from a different CRM?
No, it's the same CRM.
Same CRM.
Yeah, Zoho.
So, right. So if you go to, let's say, we'll export an existing leads list.
It's funny because when you run the report, I don't know if you see the ID when maybe you do. You see the ID when you run the report, I think.
Yep. So this is the ID that's coming from Zoho.
Right.
Okay, so the lead exists, the idea exists. And usually we're using this lead in case that we're trying to export outside of the system, upload it to external space, or we like to make some changes. So let's say that I have this list, I am making changes, I don't know. Let's say that all those people share the same title. I can make a change to all those people, and then I'm uploading again to Zoho CRM, and Zoho CRM will tell me, okay, so what is the lead ID that we are going to update? And because we have this lead ID column, we are able to update all the people in 2 seconds. So this is where the lead ID is coming handy.
Okay.
Okay, but otherwise, what I talked to Jeff before, it's really about how to bring information from an external system into Zoho.
Okay. Yeah, and I missed the beginning part of that. I had a call I had to jump on, so I missed the beginning, but I was watching it when you said the lead ID. I thought, oh, why can't I use what's already in existing? Because I'm switching it from, I'm importing into another module that's not connected. So I guess I could use the Zoho ID because I have a practice module, we call it. And there's a script that's running, but it's not working, which I'm going to ask you to help me fix. But so in the meantime, I have to kind of manually like take that list and import it and export it from the practice or the facility module and then import it into a different module. So it's kind of Zoho.
So when you import it to the practice module, you will not need the lead ID.
Okay.
You will just need the
name.
Exactly. The data itself, and Zoho will create for you the rest of the information. But I would wait with all this small project until we meet, because probably it's incorrect. You're not supposed to have duplicate information in the same CRM. The practice is supposed to have maybe a lookup to somewhere else, and the practice will have new information. But you're not supposed to have two pieces of information that are identical on the same system. So we will talk about it, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Ralph is asking, is this session recording available for after the session in order to review the details? Yes. Usually it takes me about, now it's less time. Now I'm much faster because I'm doing it myself. So it's about 2-3 days. You will have the session on YouTube.
I've got 700 clients that have to go out and make pictures of their homes. I've got files scattered all over the place over the years for where they're at. We're making a concerted effort to go out and go make pictures again. I'm trying to find a way, the way that we did it before, where we took a picture and then forwarded it via messages or mail or whatever. It's just a long process. It's hard to resize the photos. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff that happens through that process. So it seems like Notebook, you can just like on the fly, create a note, put the people's name in there, take a couple of pictures, set it in the deal. And I was wondering if there's a way to somehow connect it back to the client. Is there a way to tag it? Is there something you can do from Notebook, or you just got to upload it into OneDrive or something?
Not yet, but I wouldn't work like that. I would do it in a different way. Are your clients having those pictures, or are you supposed to do it for them?
We're taking it for them. Finally.
Fantastic. And you have someone on site, I assume?
Yes.
Good. Zoho WorkDrive works in a different way when you're using mobile. So let's say that I have here my client's folder, and this is the client that I'm going to his house right now. I am creating here another folder, and that will be pictures. Okay, now I am on site. I'm grabbing my smartphone. I go to this folder. I click on new. When I'm clicking on new from my smartphone, I have the ability to take pictures and take videos. I take pictures, I take videos, I click save. They're already in the folder. Done.
Awesome.
That's it.
I don't even have to have that much organization. I mean, you can just be the client as an account, and I can just dump whatever I do with them in there. Can I get Can I get Eric or Luis to be able to set those folders up for me for my existing clients, and then every time I add a new
Yeah.
contact or deal or account, however we're going to work it out. We can automate that process, correct?
Yes, it's a small script that is it's running over all your accounts, creating those folders, and also when we're creating those folders, let's go to specific person. So when you go here, usually we will have here, you see like a Dropbox folder ID. It will be basically a work drive ID, and you will have here a link to the folder. So you can also jump back and forth from the folder to a work drive.
So it'll just be a link then. I won't have to store all that data inside a CRM. It'll all be outside in Work Drive.
Yeah, I prefer you to do it on Work Drive, because if you have 700 clients, they will have some videos and pictures. You will max up your Zoho CRM storage, which is about 1 gigabyte, I think, for a user. So
Okay. And
you will max up.
Just last thing, and I can push sign, like if I have documents and I'm getting people to sign like policies or whatever, I can push all those to that same Work Drive folder, so I can just have one dump box for every account, let's say.
Yep, you can have you can upload even, I think maybe you can do it even with Zoho Flow without anyone any developer working on it. Yeah, you need to check it. I don't want to waste too much time, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I'll
that
look at Flow to see if it'll work.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can do it. I will not create the flow, but let me just check if it's doable. So I won't send you to a rabbit hole. So the action is create folder, no, associate data, create external share link, move file or folder to trash, add share, update, copy, move, fetch. I don't see any upload. Creates a copy of the specific, no.
And you're talking about specifically from sign, correct?
Yes, so once you have a sign, I want to push it here. I do know that in Zapier, maybe also here, and I'm just missing it right now. But in Zapier, for sure, you can upload files to Work Drive.
Yeah. I don't have to do this every day. I mean, it could be a once a month, grab everything that's in there and push it all over to some other place.
So you don't need any of that. Just drag and drop. That's it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, thank you, man.
Fantastic. No problem.
So, so my question is about actually when you go to, do you have a form? Like if you go to form and you go just to view all forms. And so just, yeah, all entries.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, right now it's showing you every field that's on the form. I want to not have to view every field that's on the form, because a lot of the initial columns are extraneous and I don't really need to see that. So I go up to the eyeball up there under new report, and and I deselect all of them and then just select a couple of them that I want that are later, showing up later on, which is fine. Then I can view it that one time. But then once I leave this window and I go,
it goes back.
It goes back. Yeah. Is there a way to save that?
No.
Okay.
But what you can do is push the information to modules in CRM, and then you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Right. I just wanted to be able to have an overview of what clients haven't sent back their forms. So this was a way to do that. Like I just look at it and I can see, the last 10 forms that I've gotten in, if it's for the right, if I'm missing for a client.
Yep.
Okay. So then the second question I have is just related to what you were just talking about, the previous question. And I'm wondering, can you do what you were talking about with, instead of pushing to folders by the client in Work Drive, could you use Google Drive for that?
I think so. I don't know specifically how Zoho works. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. We'll play with it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. How are you today?
Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody, or later in the day or at night, wherever you are. Great growing audience. Loving free advice. Question number one has to do with the clients and with the work for husband and wife, for example. In the CRM, is there an easy way to connect the two? Because, for example, we create two separate leads, then we convert them, we create two separate contacts. They do have two separate accounts, and then we indicate whether they're clients or not. But then, for example, when we send this statement of work, I need to look it up as a contact for one spouse and find another spouse. Is there an easier way to do it? And is there like an easy way to connect maybe within an account or contacts indication that it's a spouse? Do I just create a spouse field and look it up somehow?
So
it's associated so that, for example, we have an account, let's say Joe, Delaware.
I understand what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So the quick answer is you cannot do it by yourself, but this is how it can be done.
Okay.
Let's say that you have a significant other box here.
Yeah.
And once you convert, we need to run a script that takes the significant other and treats it the same way like the convert mechanism of Zoho. So basically, on conversion, we're going to create another contact for the significant other, and we're going to assign it to the same account.
Right. So that they cross-reference, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But we can do it, but it's not part of
the
no Zoho box. Yeah.
No worries. Can you add it to the list of our things that we need to do?
Yeah. Today we're meeting, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about it. No problem.
Perfect. I'll make a note as well. Appreciate it. Second question. You mentioned the last update, and I tried to add in the contact, the last contact field, and there is a date, but I haven't found the way to connect it with the last activity. Like, how do I do it? I missed that part, and I saw your video and course, and I looked now, and I didn't find the connection.
You're going to be on my automation workshop on Monday, right?
Yes.
We'll build it together.
Okay, cool.
It's very cool. We're going to build the tasks and the events and the emails, and it all flow together to one place. Very cool.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Karen is asking basically how can she move contacts from Mailchimp to Zoho campaigns. And let me show you how to do it. So whenever you go to Mailchimp, you have a way to export all your contacts. So this is step number one. Step number two, when you go to campaigns in Zoho, we're going to contacts. You go to manage list. If you have an existing list, you just need to click on it. If you need to create a new list, you just click on create. Once you go to the list, you click on add, and then you add contacts, and then you have few abilities. You will need to click on import contacts, and you will just select the file. And from the file that you select, you will see a mapping that you have one side, you will have mapping from your file, and the other mapping will be to CRM, to Zoho campaigns. You click on import and it's done. As simple as that. It's very, very simple to do. I hope I was able to answer your question. We are new to WorkDrive just this week. Congratulations. We migrated everything from Google Drive. We are having an issue printing Excel sheets from WorkDrive, PDF. PDFs are working perfectly. Any idea why? No idea. I never printed anything from WorkDrive, and I think the last time I printed anything was probably 10 years ago. I don't print. So, sorry.
Okay. We create work orders for, crew members. We're a construction company, and all of our, related job information are on Excel sheets. And so we have job folders and, within Drive. So when corporate staff prepares those work orders, we like to provide them with that information.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we hit a roadblock on trying to print those. So
I will tell you what I would do.
okay.
Instead of going through the web interface, you can have Zoho Work Drive installed on your computer.
We did the True Sync.
Fantastic. Now,
So
when
we
you,
need to print it from there.
I would, you just open the
Ah.
file, right click, print, done. And then it's bypassing completely Work Drive. It's on your folder, on your desktop.
Sometimes the simple things are
Yeah.
difficult. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Well, I'll tell everybody to print from their local. Okay. All right. Awesome.
No, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good day.
You too, you too. Guys, if there is a wall, you can climb on the wall, you can bypass the wall, you can dig below the wall, you can explode the wall. Walls are not something you need to take too seriously. Or he's saying, I have a question regarding reoccurrence deals on a yearly basis. I would create workflow that 1 month before the end of the deal, a new deal based on the... Ori, there?
Yes.
Help me.
Okay. My deals are on a yearly basis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have a workflow. So I will have a reminder 1 month before the end of the deal. And I would like to initiate a new deal, which is based on the data of the existing ones. But of course, the starting date will be the new year, yes? New year date. But
Let's see how far I can take you. I don't know how far I can take you without some scripting, but let's try. Okay, so I'm going to deal. Let's just give it a name. Okay, so first of all, I need to have, let's say this is the closing date, 364 days after the closing date. Is that okay?
I make 335.
I will give you one more. Done. It's yours.
Okay, 1 year after. Okay, this is 1 year after. Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is one. Second, we need the stage to be close one, right? Because you don't want it to all the deals. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You have, let's say, 1,000 deals. Some of them are lost, some of them in process. If we're going to have it on all the deals without the close one,
of course,
now we have lots of new deals created for nothing. And then you see you have create record. This is one of the options.
Okay.
So we're going to create a deal, and the deal name will be the deal name. You see?
Yes.
I just don't know if you will have here all the fields that you need, but you can play with it. And based on that, you will probably be able, that's probably trigger date. Just play with it. That's probably your direction. I think you can take it all the way to the end.
Okay. I think I understand.
Without any monkey on your back to take money from you. So I think that can work for you.
Okay, I will try. I have another small question. I'm trying to, again, make a workflow like you show, and make a notification using Click, but I don't have this option. You also make an example in the start of this session, and I didn't see the option to make a Click notification. For some reason, it doesn't.
So go to the settings.
Yes.
Go to under Marketplace, click on all.
Yeah, I enable my Click, but for some reason it doesn't work.
Didn't enable enough. Click.
Okay.
Go here to Zoho, click for Zoho CRM. And sometimes, by the way, sometimes it's a little bit bumpy. So, but let's check. And if you click on enable, it should say now disable. If it say disable, it's fine. Yeah, so that works for me. So you go to the workflow rules, and now you should have Zoho Click. You see?
Okay.
Now, if that's not working for you, there is a chance that you are on a trial version. Trial version will not work with Click.
It's on a paid one.
You're paid? Yeah. So if that's not what I just show you is not working for you, just call Zoho.
Okay, maybe it's
and I saw it sometimes. Probably like 20% of the time doesn't work. And I call Zoho. They release something on their end, and it's starting to work. So
okay.
It is what it is.
Question, is it possible?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to make a Zoho form.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using an advanced field such as the matrix choice for text.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was wondering if I can push this data to my CRM, if it's this kind of field, or is it working only for a simple?
Yeah, I don't think that you can push matrix. There is no matrix in the CRM, right?
Yeah, this is what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Bye-bye. So Daniel is asking if Zoho Desk is a good alternative for Gmail. So Zoho Desk is not really an email system. It's not an email server. So usually you will have your emails going to Gmail or going to Zoho Mail or going to some any type of email system. And those emails are being forwarded to Zoho Desk. And when they are being received in Zoho Desk, you will see the tickets in Zoho Desk. So Zoho Desk is not really an alternative to Gmail. It's just a place that you can manage your emails in a better way. I also created last week a video on YouTube specifically about this topic, how to use Zoho Desk as an email client, but it's not an email server, okay? So I hope that works. Daniel is asking if I will provide a Zoho Desk course. I don't think so. Zoho CRM is a big system, and this is why I created this course. The rest of the Zoho products are relatively simple. In probably an hour and a half, you will know 80 or 90% of Zoho Desk. So I don't know if it's worth creating a course for it. So, and the other 15 or 20% of Zoho Desk, almost no one is using. But if I will create a course, people will want to know everything about Zoho Desk. So I'm burning time on something that people are not even going to use. This is why I'm all the time debating. The next course that I'm going to do is Zoho CRM. I'm just waiting for Zoho to finish all the updates. And then I will be able to redo Zoho CRM from scratch, because now there are new views, new functionality. It's crazy. Okay, fantastic. So guys, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.